I've been a photographer for about 10 years right now, a little bit over 10 years. Started in my second year in uni, and yeah, I've had the opportunity to use a whole lot of camera equipment from different cameras, different lenses, till I just found the one that actually works for me and serves the purpose which I actually need any of my gear for. So I'll be starting off with the first camera that I use for majorly for my videography, and this particular camera is the one I'm filming with, and I tend to use it for my YouTube videos just like this one, and also I use it for my wedding films. It's a Sony FX3, and yeah, it's served me really well until my partner broke it. Sony FX3 is my A cam when it comes to shooting weddings, and it's my A cam for anything that has to do with like videography or cinematography in general. Sony FX3. And the second camera which I tend to use is this bad boy right here. Don't come for me because the sensor is exposed. So it's the Sony 7R5 which I have right here. This is my main photography camera, and it is also my camera C when it comes to wedding photography. Sorry, when it comes to wedding videography, because most of my equipment tend to like serve to different purposes. Is either they're doing photography major, or they're doing both, or it's doing videography as a major thing, or not everything at once. Come now. Come. All right, where did I stop? So the third camera, which is my camera B when it comes to cinematography, is my Lumix S1 II. Yeah, that's the camera filming the B-roll of this particular video right now, and also it's my B cam when it comes to wedding films or doing wedding videography. That's my B cam. And also when it comes to my daily content creation and stuff I just need to put on social media, I use the Sony S1 II. I'm sorry, the Lumix S1 II. And also the Lumix S1 II is more of my, let's just call it my everyday carry camera. And moving on to my fourth camera, I think I'm not doing that bad. I think I personally know people that have more cameras that I do. So moving on to my fourth camera, which I tend to call um it's not a camera that I would say I needed. I didn't actually need the camera, but I wanted it. So this particular camera is a camera that I think I gifted myself because I felt I deserve something personal to myself that I could say, okay, yeah, I've been a creative for this long, and let me just have something for myself here. This bad boy right here, which is the Fujifilm GFX 100S2. So this particular camera, it's a camera I've always wanted, because let's just say I've always wanted a medium format camera, because I've seen so many images, and I have some magazines back here or some zines from like photographers that I aspire and look at their works, and I would say some of them, not all of them, actually shot the images I loved using a medium format camera. And to be honest, I'm not trying to like judge the fact that they use the medium format, because you could as well use any other camera to get this kind of images, but that's not the main reason. But I just wanted a medium format for myself, so hence why I actually got the Fujifilm GFX 100S Mark II. And yeah, I've been using it for quite some time right now, and I've been loving the images I shot with this particular camera. I hope I can use it more often for my personal projects. I'm planning for this particular here, and yeah, that is my fourth camera, and it's also more like my B cam when it comes to photography, and B cam when it comes to like if I'm shooting a wedding photography this time. Yeah, I definitely use this camera for it. So let's just quickly move on to lenses. Since I already have the Fujifilm right here, I could as well just tell you the only lens I got for the Fujifilm GFX currently right now is the GF32 to 64, which is, I guess, about an equivalent of 24 to 50 ish, if you're to measure it in a full frame format. That's the lens I got, and it's an f4 lens. I would have gone for something with a wider aperture, but I have different lenses. I just felt having a zoom lens for the medium formats wouldn't be a bad choice, so and that's why I decided to go with this particular lens. And yeah, there are some images I've actually shot using this particular setup. So yeah, that's for the GFX. And moving on to the lens for my Lumix S1 II. So this is the only lens I currently have for my Panasonic Lumix S1 II, which is the Lumix 24 to 60 f2.8 lens, and this lens is actually really cool. I never wanted to buy this lens in the first place when I purchased the camera, but I just thought, you know what, let me just have a native lens for the Lumix system, and owning this lens purchasing this lens wasn't a bad decision at all. So there we go, that's the particular lens I have for my Lumix. So moving on to my Sony lenses, this is the first lens I have right here, which is the Sony 50mm f1.2 G Master. Yeah, that's this bad boy right here. I haven't actually used this lens for a whole lot. It has just been a lens I have always kept in my bag. Hopefully this 2026 I would start using this lens more often. I think I've been leaning towards shooting with zoom lenses more than primes of recent, so this 2026 hopefully I'm going to turn a new leaf and try out shooting more primes, especially this 50mm. I spent so much money in purchasing that particular lens, so I should start using it more often and get my money's worth. So the other lens I have in my camera bag is this guy, which is the Sony 35mm f1.4 G Master lens. Also this right here, yeah, amazing lens. I don't know, Sony just did something with this particular 35mm, because the images I tend to get out of this particular lens right here, it's very stunning. I don't know what they did. It's both videos and photos, it's just something crazy with the way it tends to like look. But the only downside for this Sony 35 G Master is the focus breeding when it comes to videos. But Sony, if you use a more recent Sony camera with the focus breeding compensation, you really don't have a problem. It's just gonna zoom in the lens probably like 1.1 time and do the focus breeding. Yeah, it's a beautiful lens, guys. So the only zoom lens I have for the Sony camera is the Tamron 35 to 150 f2 to f2.8 lens. And yeah, that's all that has to do with my cameras and my lenses. And yeah, when it comes to behind the scene content creation and just recording behind the scenes, really, I have two cameras for that. DJI Pocket 3. It's DJI actually did something with this particular camera. It's very nice, very nice, very easy to just pick up and go around with. I absolutely love this camera. I would always advise anybody to get this particular camera. As you guys can see, mine has been like scratched up and stuff. Yeah, I use this for just like behind the scene content creation, anything I just want to do. Probably even like shooting and I just want to get like a behind the scenes video, something just post on social media, I tend to use this. And also the other camera I tend to use for like behind the scene kind of like content also, when probably this is dead or I'm so unfortunate to like not take this along. It's the DJI Action 4. This is actually very nice because I don't handle this with care as much as I handle the DJI Pocket 3. Not like I just throw this away, I throw this anywhere and stuff like that, but this is much more rugged compared to the Pocket, so this can actually fall and I wouldn't flinch because I feel like it's still gonna be okay. So I use this for content creation really. And when it comes to audio, since the DJI Pocket 3, I got the bundle and it comes with the microphone, the mic 2, yeah, the DJI mic 2. Yeah, so I have this as my wireless audio, and also I have the Holyland LAC 2 M2. I don't know the exact model, so this is also my wireless audio which I'm actually using right here. And so I use this audio for any of my audios work for either cases, situation like this when I'm filming a YouTube video, or probably I need to mic my couple during a wedding, yeah, and probably if I'm doing like an interview and I need to just hide a mic somewhere as my backup mic, I tend to use the wireless mic system. And also my audio recorder when it comes to probably like an event is the Tascam X8. Yeah, this I've had this for like years now, probably almost 4 to 5 years already, and it's still serving. It's been doing a great job. So that's the Tascam X8, my audio recorder. And if it's more like a commercial interview kind of like situation, if I need to have a main audio, okay, if I need to have a main audio source aside my backup audio source as wireless, I tend to have my Rode NTG3, which I tend to like boom and then connect into my Tascam to get cleaner and better audio. That's what I have right there. And yeah, when it comes to monitoring system, I have different options for monitoring. I have the I have the Atomos Ninja 5 monitor with an SSD. I placed an SSD into the caddy, so because looking at the price of the original SSD from Atomos is quite expensive, and I don't want to spend unnecessary money when I can get it cheaper. When I don't feel like using this particular Ninja V because it drains a lot of battery quickly, I tend to use this other one right here. So I tend to use this particular monitor system, which is from Axon. I plug it directly into my Sony FX3 and it doesn't lag, it doesn't do anything, so it's more like a direct source of like HDMI feed, but it has so many tools and functions you could use to like monitor your video, so it's much more easy and it doesn't drain battery as much as the Atomos Ninja V. So I use that, and here's the setup as you guys can see right there for my YouTube video. I'm sorry there's a long mess on the table, but yeah, so that's the other monitor I tend to use. So guys, that's literally everything I have in my camera bag and what I use for what that I've just explained to you guys. I've been able to accumulate for the number of years of being into this creative journey. It's not just a situation whereby I just bought everything all at once. So if you're watching this, have that in the back of your mind. It's not about getting all of your money and just investing in a whole lot of gear and thinking that's it. So I just feel like it's just a message to someone out there. If you feel like you're just starting out and you actually want certain gear and stuff, I'll tell you, just continue grinding, stay grinding, and in a matter of time you're going to get everything you actually want and more. So like I said, I started my whole photography journey with an Olympus E410, and right now I feel I'm blessed. God has blessed me enough to be able to get what gear I feel like I need at this current point in time, and that is not bragging. It's all God and consistency and not giving up and having a partner that encourages me when I feel like everybody's pissing me off. Yeah, guys, so I hope this video has shed some light into what I have, and I'll be seeing you guys on my next